Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Farm. Thinking right out here in the lab, in my book. Boy, I got some nice stuff for you today. We continuing on our lessons of knowing thyself, the self-mastery with phrases and breakdowns of every aspect of your personality. So let's get this party started. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storyteller, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tuning and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission. That's what I'm on. It's to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, I appreciate you all. Your goal is to know thyself. The more of them we got, the better off we'll be. Trust me. So I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and always, to Mayat, be true. I'm on page 147 in the book. I've been giving you a couple pages at a time, but this information, this chapter here, titled, right thing, let's talk about the teachings for self-mastery with reflection and daily meditation. It's called Ancient Wisdom Teachings. These are things in philosophies about life that to be mastered to know thyself, that has to be mastered to know thyself, and every aspect, I say every aspect of your personality, yourself, has to be known and what mastered for you to claim self-mastery. So this is the philosophy that I learned years ago. And I thought this was, but it's good information, trust me. And once you start and learning and implementing and start figuring out, you're getting better knowing or having better knowledge of yourself and who you really are. Trust me. So right now, let's start with opposites in creation. And we talked about everything. I just left off on talking, knowing when it's safe to talk, who to talk to. But now the lesson is opposites in creation. Man is separated into soul and body. And only when the two sides of his senses agree together, heart, mind, coherence, divine marriage, becoming conscious, does utterance of his thoughts conceived by the mind take place. You start to manifest from the thought. Gender is in everything. Remember, male, female. Everything has a masculine, male, and a female, feminine principle. Again, that's nature. Got nothing to do with what you think, how you feel. Simple as that. It ain't debatable. Gender manifests on all planes. At every plane, every level, there's going to be male and female concepts and principles. Again, evil, hello, as well as good, can't have one without the other. Both operate to advance to the great plane. Even there. In order to have peace, there must be strife. Again, opposites. Both are part of the same structure of the world and is made that way. And the requirements for the instructions of the children of God. We got a plan for you to know thyself. That's why the ancients laid out and left the decree. Know thyself. That's why I study and master this, because this is what gets you to know thyself. Trust me. It's a phrase. If you know thyself, you know God. If you know God, you know thyself. So even the people who get to God without having knowledge of self, they still luck up. Why? Because they're still going to fall in the same concept. If they know God, they know themselves. It's an indirect happening in natural effect. Trust me. Watch this. Now, everything is dual. I told you first thing I did, organization, order. That was my yacht. Everything has poles, opposites. Everything has a pair, of opposites. Like, everybody knows yin and yang. We got like and unlike, love and hate, but they are the same. Just opposites are identical, which are in nature, but different in degrees. Water, when it's a certain temperature, it's going to either freeze when it get cold, temperature drop, heat it up, it becomes steam. Again, understanding extremes meet. Watch this. All truths are but what? Half truth. All paradoxes may be reconciled. There's an answer to every problem, even if you don't know it. Hello. Now let's talk about will and resolution. What the hell? That inner thing that drives you, that's your will to do, to want. Resolution happens after you've done something to see where you fall. Let's talk about it. Beware, okay, of ill resolutions in the intent of what? Thine actions. Beware of the instability in what? In your execution. So shalt thou triumph over two great failings of thy nature. Your resolution is what you do. I read action. Be careful, because every action has a what? Equal and opposite reaction. And complacency, watch this. Regret and sorrow are the discouragers from what? Evil. Know that ye are who? Gods, with a divine destiny, if you live, do, and be. But if the discouragers are, remember, the discouragers are transient, okay? They're distractions, and they lead you away from the path of righteousness, aka light, your higher self, God. But thou, incapable of change, those who remain ignorant in that which is right, a man will rely upon you. Establish unto thyself what? You ready for this? Principles of action. Have morals. Have something that you stand on. Certain things I'm just not going to do, okay? And what? See that thou ever act according to them. I'm not budging or what I believe to be. Knowing me, I'm not doing certain things. Simple as that. First, know that what? Thy principles are just. That's my yacht, my principle. Not mine personally. I follow a principle set by my yacht, my angels. I ain't changed nothing. But, and then what? Be thou inflexible. I ain't given. Simple as that. In thy path and follow of them. Like Tony Montana told my man Sosa, my words are my balls. I don't break them for no one. Okay? My belief, my faith, and my belief in what I know to be, I'm not stopping and changing it for no one. Simple. Okay? Now, watch this. Those who gave you a body furnished it with what? Weakness. But the all who gave you soul armed you with what? Resolution. Ding, 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 ding. All you have to do, right thinkers, is I'm teaching you how to do this every day. Employ it. Live it. And thou art wise. Be wise, and thou art happy. With doing and being right thing, using your knowledge to do what's right, you will be happy. Your experiences will gain you the wisdom, and you will be happy. Wise men are happy what? In life. Not with possessions, not with my bank account being measly. It don't mean nothing. Okay? Understand that. And watch this. The greatest bounties given to us are, you ready? Judgment and will. Happy are they who what? Who misapply them not. If you follow the rules, if you that's governed and the principles laid out, like you follow the dogma by religion, if you follow them, you will be fine. Simple as that. Been doing it forever. Moving on. Oh, this is a good one. Divine nature of man and women. The phrase starts out, I just gave you this lesson. Gods are immortal men. Men are just mortal gods, but we are gods. We just don't know it. And once you know that, you raise to the occasion. That's the whole concept. Sorry, but let's talk about that. This is all ancient concept that I've been mastering for years. Now it comes easy to me. Why? Because I live it. I practice it. I know this. So let's go. And I got a bunch of these for you. So hope you're enjoying the lessons. That's what I'm doing. I'm teaching now. We rolling. All right, let's go. Something is added to you. What? Something unlike to what thou see. It ain't the visible that's they got. Something animates thy clay higher than all that is the object of thy senses. That means what's inside you makes you who you are. The body is who it represents. Understand that, and watch this. The sense, whenever you hear senses, that's the physical body. It's only go by the five senses that the brain can pick up. But the inner vision, the spiritual concept, that's the next level up. Behold, what is it? Me and my pastor talked about this morning. It is the Spirit of God. Take off the other stuff, and what you got? It. Take the spirit down, take the stuff up. It. Yeah, that's what is life. Watch this. What is it? Question mark. Thy. Right there. Do you know who thy is? For some who don't understand, it's a catch on words. Just trust me. A lot of people miss it. Thy is God. Thy is your true self. So know thyself. They was trying to inform us to know God and know thyself. Why? Because that's what makes you unslavable, uncontrollable. By being ignorant of self, we find ourselves in a big disposition at this point in time right now. Moving on. That's why. But thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Thy, God's will. Thy body remains, watch this, still. He says in that book, still yourself. If you're not meditating every day, this is how you get your attention. He'll tell you, still yourself and listen to me. Or he'll come to you in the dream state. Why? Because when you wake, you're ignorant. He can't get your attention. So stop dreaming of God and start talking to him on your terms, or more so his terms, when you can meditate and listen to him. All you want to do is pray and ask for things. If you ain't living right, it don't make a difference what you do. So that's the first thing. But watch this. Remain still. Matter after it. Matter after it had left, meaning the body. Once it, the spirit leaves it, you got nothing. Therefore, it, again, is no part of it. It is immaterial. Therefore, in big bold letters, it is accountable for its actions. It gives life. That's what it does. When you got it, you got to figure it out. Okay, you got this, now you got to put that with it. The divine marriage, heart-mind coherence. That's the lesson for that one, divine nature. I hope you understood it. I had fun getting that one. Because if I was told you got it, I know. We all got it. Some of us just don't know it. That's what I'm trying to get you to realize. We all got it. I ain't special. I ain't no different than nobody else. I just woke up. I try to help all my right thinkers do just that. Realize they got it. That's thyself. How about that? Knowing it. Learning. Here you go. Another good one. On learning. They who grasp the truth, my right thinkers, of the mental nature of the universe are what? They are well advanced what? On that path to what? Self-mastery. When you get it, a sinner is somebody who don't get it. Right, thinkers? Once you get it, you're no longer a sinner. Okay? All that they talking about going to church or asking God, man, stop that nonsense. Just figure it out. Again, learn. I'm here to do just that, to teach. In order for you to learn, somebody got to be willing to teach. I'm here to teach. You do your job because I'm going to do mine. That's what I do for you. Let's go. And now, because the beginner of all things consists of what? Life. We call it light energy. You can't kill it. It just moves. Whereof, watch this. Human is made with what? The light of what? The spirit, it, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same thing. But if, therefore, a human shall what? Learn. Humans shall what? Learn and become understanding that the nature of life and light, then shall what? You the human pass where? Into where? Eternity of life and light, providing what? You turn the light on. You become conscious. You become God conscious, anointed, Christhood, all that good stuff. But it starts with living right. Trust me. Learn, watch this. Learn that the advantage lieth not in, here's my favorite one too, in possessing good things or having knowledge, but knowing how to use them. Knowledge ain't power. It's using said knowledge in a proper way is powerful. That's the ticket. They told you that a long time ago. Why? In life, listen to this. Learn to take advantage, of life. Next one down. Everything in life, every gesture that you go through in the world, you need to be mastered by oneself. Why? Everything is a teacher. Learn from the bad stuff, the mistakes, and you learn from the stuff that work out. Same thing, okay? All of it should help you become a master of oneself. The self, here you go. The self chooses what? The proper instruction for themselves. Beware of, you ready for this? Falsehoods from misunderstood teachers and false teachers, aka prophets. If you can't discern from the words that come out of their mouth that they're full of BS, that's going to be on you. I'm going to leave that there. I see them every week. But when you study nature, and on the first rung of the ladder is what? Greater understanding of nature. And you learn to disregard the absurd, some of the stuff that come out of their mouth, and the unorthodoxness of their teachings. You can't learn nothing from those kind of people. A master teacher, a proven teacher, those, we call them bootlegs, jacklegs. They ain't got nothing but a bunch of nonsense. But if you can't discern that, they can make a living off of you. Moving on. So we got to beware of them. They call them charlatans, con men, whatever you want to call it. I ain't going there. I'm leaving them alone. I ain't beating y'all up today. Right now, I got a good thing going. Let's talk about sacrifice. Every culture have this idea of sacrificing humans and your babies, your firstborn, all that nonsense. Sacrifice just means giving up something of yourself, not somebody else. Quick lesson. This ain't but a quick one phrase. One paragraph or whatever. On sacrifice. Sacrifice does what? Protects the spirit from the pursuit of physical gratification. Giving up something that this body wants. Perfect example. Semen retention. Fellas, don't masturbate, don't have sex for a month. Can you do that? That's the sacrifice. That's the sacrifice. Something that you want, something that you feel that you'd have to have. Can you sacrifice that? That's the concept of sacrifice. Not somebody else. No, you gotta make that wide. Let me explain the sacrifice to you right quick. Sacrifice the first portions of your harvest. Back in the time, the farmers, they would give God, or the first 10% of the harvest. That's where the tithe comes from conceptually, but they twist it around. But it says here, give the first portions of the harvest. Why? That's your strength and your faith to bring about what? More good. What you desire may be what? Increased. You got to give a little to get a lot. That's the returns that if you serve him, he always gives back in abundance. I never knew what that word meant until I started becoming spiritual. Okay? Not religious, spiritual. All right? But when you give first, the first portion, meaning you, to avoid danger of worldly indulgence, you give that you may receive. All this ain't in the Bible, or just in the Bible, whatever. But this is ancient. This is the old ancient wisdom. Fulfill what? The requirements of what? Of the universal law of equilibrium. Good in, good out. Bad in, bad out. Simple. It ain't what I say, it's the law. What's this? Talk about sacrificing. Now let's go on to how do you transcend the ego? Simple. This ain't that hard. Self-sacrifice annihilates the ego personality. The ego can't stand not getting its way. So the more you sacrifice the nonsense that the ego wants, the less you get involved in your nonsense, okay? But the more you satisfy and feed that ego, the bigger he gets. Or run bunches he gonna get. The more he wants his presence to be recognized. When you put him in service position, excuse me, I still gotta think about that ego. That's what you need to do. You need to stop him first and foremost. Watch this. How to transcend the ego. First of all, self-sacrifice. He hates that. On this journey to truth in life, one must stay on the path of what? You ready? Love and enlightenment. Why? Because the heart filled with greed from the ego, lust will always be overcome by its selfishness. Your ego will not give in. Your ego will not give in if you don't take control of it. Simple as that. Good over evil. Why? The ego consider evil. Why? Because what he wants is what he wants. That's never good. That's why. Okay? You betting yourself by doing what's right. I'm not a preacher. Again, I ain't telling no. I'm just saying doing what's right. It's your decision to make when it's time to show what you know about doing the right thing for yourself. It ain't what I say. Now, another good one. Temptation. It is more difficult, watch this, it's more difficult to be well with riches than to be at ease under the want of riches. A man who got them, he good. A man who ain't got them, he ain't too good. And I know for a fact, that's one of my life. I want to get to this one because I had experienced this life lesson a few months ago now. It's been a minute. I remember sitting in the parking lot of Walmart, and the guy, I just see money flying by. I just out the car. I know when I see money. And somehow another guy opened his car door, and because the wind had shot money going everywhere. And they looking all over there walking around. I spotted a bill, a nice crisp, fresh bill, behind the tire, behind the car. So before I walked to them, I walked over there and scooped it up and didn't even think twice, put it in my pocket. Now I'm doing my rat bastard. I'm helping to look for the money, knowing it's in my pocket. We had a phrase, what's a rat bastard? Somebody who will find your wallet and help you look for it. I did that, and I paid for that. So temptation, because why? I didn't have no money. Finances were tight, and I've been doing that. I didn't think twice. But now my pockets was right. I wouldn't have done that. Why did you say, hey, man, here's your money? I didn't need it. See? So again, depending on the position, and condition of your state that you're in, will see what kind of person it brings out the real you. And I hate it for that, but I had to pay for that because I knew when I did it, that was just wrong. Okay, so I'm at that point in my life where doing wrong ain't what I aspired to do. And when I do it, I pay for it. Because why? I take offense to that and I realize, yeah, I know I got to pay for that. Moving on. This is a quick, life lesson for real. All right? But they tell you here, It's more difficult for a man governs. Watch this. This is my point. I want to get that my story in. If I say this part right here, a man governs himself much easier when he's out of poverty than when he's in the poverty than in abundance. If I'd have had money, I wouldn't worry about that getting that quick money. But because I didn't, I chose to satisfy a need that I was at the time. See? Perfect example. Hope you understood it. But moving on, I see the clock. Simplicity. I'm about to wrap it up with that. Simplicity. What's that? I got a phrase I learned. I worked at UPS as a supervisor. It said, it's called KISS, the acronym. Keep it simple, stupid. And to me, that's simplicity. The nature of the body is to take delight, what? In pleasures of it. Yeah, that's normal. And complexities. Some people love drama. Some of us just drive on that nonsense. But watch this. The way of truth is that of simplicity. And a whole bunch of things you need to be saying and doing. Keep it simple, stupid. That's all you got to do. Express yourself, be yourself, know yourself, and you got to worry about yourself. Take care of yourself. Again, all that self. But complexity is the decadence of our society, and simplicity is the path of reality and salvation. It's your choice. Again, the onus is always on you to do what you need or think you should do for you. If you listen to the right inspiration person, he's going to tell you what to do. You're going to follow it. I have no problem with that. We all trying to get everybody to be their best self, to wake up, to become conscious, all that good stuff we say. So that's what we do. Well, that's what I do. Everybody who's doing this, I feel that's the same reason why they're doing it. I don't know. Well, some do it for the money. Moving on. Let me wrap this up. I said that last one, but I got a couple of minutes. I'm going to take you to 30, so I'm going to put my time in. On past lives. Yes, that means we reincarnated if what? We don't get enlightened in this life. The next life coming up, you got a fresh start, fresh body, new birth, new conscience, and get a do-over. But the spirit is just along for the ride. So let's talk about that right quick. The race is never taught, but when God willeth it, its memory is what? Restored by what? By the Creator. And you will now see where? Within yourself. The third eye opening. And the simple vision. Whenever you see vision, that's third eye. Simple vision brought to what? Birth by who? By the compassion of God. And listen to this. No one can be saved before rebirth. Now on that one for a minute. And this is a favorite. Yeah, I'm close on this one. On knowledge and wisdom. That's a good one to shut it down on. They, watch this, know themselves. They who know the cosmos as well. Remember, cosmos is God. The ultimate universe is represented by him. You know him. Isn't that what I told you earlier? Told you. Now, watch this. Wrapping it up. True knowledge. Self-knowledge, not that biblical or the scholarly. No, true knowledge is self-knowledge. Comes where? From the upward path, which leads to that eternal fire, the light that's in us, the spirit. Error, ignorance, defeat, and death is the result from what? Following the lower path of worldly attachment and physical pleasures. We tell you about that. We warn you about that. If you're down here, you're coming back here. When you rise, you go that way. You continue to rise. That's why your spirit is represented by wings, the falcon, the baddest thing in the air. So that's the lesson. We just on page 149. We got a long way to go, but I got some more good stuff for you. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be right back. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I never know that right thinkers like you have passed away. I'll be right back.